different types of malwares, okay, or security threats. Okay, some are not in the book, some are very new. I think we have seen a little bit in the previous book. Okay, social engineering, you can read it later, but I just tell you what it is. Social engineering means what? As I told you, becoming social to people and knowingly or unknowingly taking information from them. Okay? People become friends with you, whether you are in online chat rooms or game rooms. Okay, so that's social engineering. Okay, and that may result in cyber bullying and these kind of things. It's very common, right? So even a lot of things. You may have heard a lot of things. Somebody hacks your Facebook account, but what's wrong in the Facebook account? Anyway, it's open, right? But what they do, they put some unnecessary stuff and they do blackmail and things like that.
So inbox is logged. Inbox. The inbox is logged.
Inbox?
So the inbox is logged in Facebook inbox.
What inbox?
So the Facebook account is open. But the inbox is closed.
You mean the messages?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's okay. But what do they get by reading our messages?
Information.
You're not, that's social, right? You're not doing any official information there. Anyway, but even that they use for these kind of things. So check current state of network security, regularly examine critical systems. These they are saying with respect to a corporate environment, not the personal environment. The corporate environment, how do you protect your employees from these kind of social engineering things? Malwares, harmful softwares. So malwares can be worms, virus. Virus is actually one type of malware. Okay, it can be worms, virus, trojans, adwares, other malicious tools like rootkits, okay, spywares. There are many types of them.
Okay. What's this worm virus again, sir?
Virus?
No, worm virus.
Worm, they are classified based on the nature of their working. Okay, virus, as the name says, what does a biological virus does? That's the same thing. What it does here. What does a biological virus does?
Kills the cells.
It infects. Okay, it infects. So it infects other programs. Okay, so it gets infected with, let's say, this Adobe Reader, right? The virus gets attached or infected with this program. So whenever you run the reader, Adobe Reader, the virus will also run. And whatever it is programmed for, it will do. So just like a biological virus, it needs a healthy host to infect. A worm, on the other hand, it spreads on the network. It spreads on the network. Okay, like if there is a network LAN computer, if there is a worm in one computer, and eventually when you access other shared systems, it will spread across the network. You gather the credentials and it will spread across the network. Okay. Trojan will pretend. You know what is Trojan, right? Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Or the story of Troy.
Yeah.
The same thing. Okay, so you believe that it is good, and you take it in, you download it, but on the behind the scene it does something very bad. You never know it. That's Trojan. Adwares, they don't cause much trouble, but they give you unnecessary advertisements. Maybe in Facebook and all, when you open your Facebook, you will see a lot of advertisements between the posts. That's probably because of the adware. There is an adware in your computer. That's why it's giving you ads. And mainly because of these adwares, these things can come up. Maybe by mistake you click some ads, so some of these things can download. Okay? Adwares, scarewares, crimewares.
So is there a way to avoid the adware?
Huh?
Is there a way to avoid adware?
You can use adware. We have this ad block. You know this plugin, right? That comes with Chrome. Chrome, ad blocker. But even that, sometimes some people are trying to skip those things. That's what I know, but I think maybe there may be something else. It depends upon the browser, which browser you are using. Okay, spywares.
Yes, because I have Google Chrome, okay, and I have AdBlock on, but still I get so many ads.
Yeah. Before actually, what this ad when the adware came, lot of advertisements were provided, like 90% advertised, 99% advertised. When the time passed on, people try to. It's an open source code, right? The web store, so people see the coding and find out how to bypass it. So now it's becoming less, protective. So that's the problem. So every measure will have a countermeasure. Every countermeasure will have another countermeasure. So that's the IT security. Anything you do, people just try to find out things. Not just in IT, in any way, in any industry you go to food industry, health industry. Okay, like when we talk about a health industry, say for example, we're getting medicines, right? Okay, so you're getting medicines for asthma, you're getting medicines for cancer, a lot of medicines. And if you really investigate the people who are producing these medicines, these multi-billion-dollar industries, the companies, pharmaceutical, they are the ones who make the diseases, who make the viruses and spread it. Okay, so that the same thing here. You see, if you see these companies, the antivirus companies, Kaspersky, Symantec, okay, they are the people who make viruses. So that only that antivirus software can catch that virus. Other antivirus softwares cannot catch because they don't know about it. Okay, it's called zero-day viruses. Zero-day virus means the virus just freshly made. Who can catch? Only that company who made that virus. Even if they do, you cannot think otherwise, right? Because they will definitely do to gain money. And nobody can find out because nobody knows. Virus itself is a secret nature. Nobody can find out who did it or what did it, from where did it came. So they do all those kind of things.
I heard about that. It's business.
So you have to be aware of that one also. So you don't think that if you have a good antivirus software, don't think that okay, you are safe, something like that. So you should know the background, the politics. Okay, you can have spywares. You know what that is, right?
Yes.
So you can, like each on the keylogger, right? That was a spyware. Rootkits. Have you seen this before? Rootkits. What was it? You heard about rooting your Android?
Yes.
So what is that? That's an example of rootkit. So you have a rootkit, you download it. So Android is basically a Linux operating system. Okay. So in Windows we have administrator. In Linux you call root. Okay. Root is like administrator in Linux. So rootkit means whichever plugins or things that will allow you administrative privilege, so that you can do whatever you want in that operating system. So without getting the password of administrator, you are getting the rights of the administrator, the authority of the administrator. Okay, so these are the things you can read it. Keystroke, identity theft. A lot of things are there. Identity theft. People can pretend to be, that's very dangerous. Somebody sends a mail or something on behalf of you, you don't know it. So you will be in trouble. So you have to be careful about the pop-ups. Whenever you click some websites, the pop-up comes, close it instantly. Don't let it open and be moist. Okay. Spams, that's another thing. Now what is a spam, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Email.
Something.
Yeah, unknown mails, unsolicited emails. Okay, so if the mail just comes, okay, you just don't read it or you just don't download the contents, just leave it there, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes, these spams can be the reasons for all these things. Okay, all these things. Actually, it happened here, not in our contact, it happened in another company. It was a trading company. I think they took around 10 or $12,000. Okay, by something called a ransomware.
People lock up their computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't use it as lead.
Yeah. So what they got a spam. Okay. So since they are a trading company, they always send these invoices and quotations and things like this. Okay. So they actually monitor. Okay. What are the different companies you deal with? So they created an alias. Let's say they were dealing with a company in Dubai. Okay. So I think it was Souk something. Soukzone.com or something. So they created a fake company like Souk, S-O-U-K. Instead of Q, they put K or something like that. So they thought it's from that company. Okay, it had an attachment, so it said, see the invoice for this. So they opened the invoice, cool. So what happened? Ransomware got installed. So you know what ransomware does, right? When it gets installed, it will look into all the, your C drive, D drive, your shared drives. That's very important. Your file server. So you may be accessing your DS, right? Okay, all your shared documents. And unfortunately, it was installed on an accountant's computer.
Here?
Not here, on the other company. It was a sister company. So the accountant had a connection to the file server. Right? So all the file server links, everything got encrypted. Okay, so what ransomware does is they don't destroy the data, they don't delete the data, they encrypt everything. And you know what is encryption, right? If you want to decrypt, you need the key. You need the logic. And the key is with the hacker. So they will give you the key only if you pay the ransom. That's why ransomware. And the payment is through bitcoins. So you don't track them. So they could, okay, once you see in a fraction of minutes, you will see all the files become some format, some unknown format or CompTIA A format or something like that. So nobody can open that format. It will be, if you open it, it will be all scrambled and encrypted. So and then there will be a text file in every drive. You will find a text file giving instructions. Okay, this is the ransomware. We have encrypted your system. If you want to decrypt it, go to this website, register yourself. Okay, go to this place and buy some bitcoins. Take you cash and buy bitcoins and transfer the bitcoins to this account. Then within 12 hours, we will give you the decryption key.
It's like this.
What if I pay and they don't give me the key?
That's it then. There is no guarantee. That's when you kidnap someone, they're asking for ransom. What is the guarantee? The same thing. So if you think ransomware is very dangerous now, it's becoming very famous, and because it's very easy, right? It's actually very profitable than kidnapping people. Because in a corporate network, the company's data is very important, and they don't target hi-fi companies because hi-fi companies, they may have a backup stored in a separate place or something. Low hi-fi companies, they have a backup, but the backup will also be part of the network. So the backup will also be encrypted. So there is no point. Everything gets encrypted. Alright, so those kind of things happen. There is a way to decrypt it, but you have to. So whenever this ransomware comes, try not to delete anything. Because what they do is they hide the decryption key somewhere inside, and that will be encrypted. Okay, so you will see the decryption key, but that will also be encrypted. So if you can find out that key, there are different methods. So normally we try to format the system in which the software was installed. That's no use. Actually, you should not do that. You don't format anything. Just take a copy, and then there are some decryption softwares. Try to run the drives through the decryption software. Maybe if you have luck, you will get that. Okay. So those are the issues. So how do we protect? Keep auto updated means your antivirus software and everything always will be up to date. Okay, if they are not up to date, then it's as good as bad as not having an antivirus software. Because every day new viruses come. If they are not updated, they don't have the capacity to find out and track new viruses. always turn on firewall. You can have different modes of firewalls. The first point of protection. Avoid opening spams, clicking suspicious links. Use well-known antivirus, anti-malware programs. They say Microsoft Security Essentials, but that's not good. Frequently scan spam and phishing attacks. Phishing means putting people in trap. Okay, you give a link, legitimate link, you click on that, it goes to the illegitimate site, you don't know it. Maybe it's called phishing or farming. There are some spam filters that comes with Outlook and all. You can make use of it. There is something called junk. You can mark mails as junk. So next time when the mail comes with the same person, it will be automatically sent to the junk items. Now, as per the recommendations of, this JITEC. JITEC event that happens in Dubai every year. Haven't heard about it? All IT based companies, they come and make a conference in Dubai. So as per them, last year they said not to use any hardware based devices for protection, like a hardware firewall or something. Make everything on the cloud. Okay, let's say for example you are getting your emails, you want to filter your emails from spams. You don't implement a hardware based firewall for that filtering, because that hardware is also in your control. So somebody can hack into that hardware also, or somebody can compromise that hardware also. So you better go for cloud based services. So cloud based means there will be a server online that will be monitored by a well-known company. All your mails will go to that server, and after filtering it will come to your company. So we are actually using cloud-based. After this ransomware attack, they started using that cloud-based service.
So the cloud can't be ransomware attack? The cloud can't be attacked?
No, that will be protected. That will be from famous companies, big companies. There will be more security. What should a victim of spam do? Change pins and passwords. Remind touch and merchant banks. Change your, credit card passwords and all. There are some spam filters here in Windows Explorer and all. Shoulder surfing is just looking. So look for cameras on the walls, fixtures, ceilings, something like that. So when you enter, people can also use the mobile phone. When you are entering the PIN number, if they want to see the PIN number, they can use the mobile phone. Okay, and they can record what you are typing. Actually, they don't have to record what you are typing. Let's say, for example, you typed the PIN number, okay, and you went away. Next person comes and he took a video of the pins. From that, he can figure out what was the PIN number that you typed. How?
Skimming device. Skimming device.
Not skimming. Skimming is you are placing another device, fake device, things like that. Okay, you made your transaction, you typed your PIN number, and you went away. After that, the thief comes and then he takes a video, and from that video, he can figure out what PIN number you typed.
So he has to be physically there at the victim's computer.
So computer or ATM or whatever. Not physically. Okay, let's say ATM. You go and you type the ATM PIN, right? The next person comes, he takes a video. And from that video, he can figure out what PIN number you typed.
Will that be the
Heat signals. So you can take that video and you can convert into infrared. And then from that infrared, you can see the heat signs. Okay, the heat sign will be more on the key that you typed first. You can actually see. the red.
Very professional.
Yeah. So if you type any pin numbers anywhere, just wipe it out like this. Just make the fingers wipe it out.
Like powder. Staggered. Spine layers.
Okay, there are a lot of things. A lot of ways virus can work. Getting messages. Virus physical superiority that actually comes first. You don't have to say it. It's physically you have to protect things, right? But if somebody just comes into your company and then takes away your hard disk, comes into the IT room and takes away things. It's another thing. Wires. They can just come in and just put somewhere in the closed corner. They can put a repeater, wireless repeater. They can go home or maybe go sit in the parking lot and have. Those things are physical. This is the ergonomics. Ergonomics means how you should, sit, how you should see the monitor for your health. Okay, instead of just going through this theory, so I will give you an assignment. Figure it out. It's programming. Okay, if you open DS Student, you will find you will find a file called find text file. Analyze the code and find what kind of malware is this. It's the coding of a malware. Virus, bomb, rootkit, Trojan, spyware, ransomware. You remember C#, right? Remember C#?
Yes.
It's a C# code.
So we have to identify what type of
Malware is that and what it does. Basically, you have two functions. Just go through it.
Send ko sa'yo sa
Be a student, find.
sa nurture.
What kind is that and why is that?
And find one. Classes na. Okay. The image. Fishing. System
You may not understand each and everything. Okay, there may be a lot of libraries used here, but generally. Is it scan?
Tinatanong niya pero yun na.
Paano nakikita yun?
Right. Titignan ito po.
Paano nakikita? May iOS 3.
If you want to go one step forward, you can put it in the Visual Studio, run it, and check it out what it does. But that will be a little hard. Okay.
partial pass for run. Did not case. May ano siya. May space partial pass. Following in. System imaging. Send directness. So
There's a virus there.
system logs. Wala yung ano.
Ay, isang N lang. Okay.
So, I mean,
Hindi na siya.
wala siyang main page.
Oh, ano pala? Windows Store?
Hindi. Ano ba ito? Hindi siya Windows 2. Ano siya? WCF.
Oo nga, may ano eh. May email.
Wala siyang ano.
Try natin. Okay.
Hindi. C-sharp code nga siya. Pero gumagamit siya ng ano.
Kulang to.
May kulang. Kasi may partial class siya.
Pero ito mga template na ito, itong service library.
Hindi. Ano lang siya, pure ano lang. So, hindi siya dito. Na event handler. Ano? Basta ang
Oo nga, may parang sabi mo, may rectangle. Hindi siya. Saan pa yung full form na?
This also use WCF or SAML part.
It has this.
It has event handler and
Okay.
part. And there are some.
That's fine. Whatever it is, whether it is WCF, WPF, whatever it is. What is it?
It has a font.
What is the program
Fill out form.
it's doing? So you can find out what kind of.
Sige, try catch. Tignan ko lahat. Tignan na lahat yung program. Hindi, basahin mo na.
Pero dito ako sa kanya.
Email, name, system.net.name. Wala pa tayo.
Limulin ko. Okay, Windows Identity.
Ito. Yan. Ito mo yan.
Body code.
Kulang ng 3 hours.
Encryption. Nandiyan yung timer. Ayan ito. Timer tick.
Ito na. Mairan nga sa ano. Hindi siya sa ano.
It's body.
Hindi, ano siya eh. Hindi mo mararating.
Oh.
Wala ka sa ano. Wala siyang main page.
Dapat natin full format.
Ano lang siya eh. Parang
Tanong natin sa name.
hindi. Puro event handler. Tingnan. Try catch tax user. Pixel format. Case. May switch case. Tapos bitmap. So may ano rin siya. May canvas. Like rectangle. Form partial class. Partial class. Ang bilig ko. Wait, basahin ko na. Hindi natin mag-feel it. Rectangle system. Sending. It's like sending for spam. This one for spam, and then you will fill up the form. You have to fill up the form,
Not spam.
but
If you want to send this,
send the email, but you have to fill up the form
no.
for. It's kind of fast.
Only two functions in there, right?
Yes, sir. 2 function. 1, 2,
Right password.
3, and 3 function. 3, 1, 3, 4. Bitmap. Sami nito. Sami nito tayo.
Sige, open the
Kasi may mga class na ano. May mga class na hindi mo tawag. Ito naman. Partial class. So, partial. Ibig sabihin, may hinahanap siya. Partial classes.
Something with location.
Hmm?
Something with location.
Hindi na ganun sagot.
Okay, well, what kind of malware is it? What is it doing? What is it doing? Just find out that.
Does it do something with location? Mapping or something like that?
No, it is not location.
Mapping?
Hmm?
Mapping? Map or something like that?
No.
Sami main page. Maganda ko na sami. Hindi. To send ano lang yun eh. To send kaya so ano yan? C#. Kasi meron mga ano eh. Meron siya mga partial classes.
Yung ginagamit niya ng ito, yung using niya ito.
Ito yung ano. Ano natin? C#. Partial C#. Okay. Initialize component. Nasa loob siya ng initialize. Ayan. Space. Change yung natin. Drawing. Hindi eh. Hindi mo nakikita.